Will Gunter joining us to talk South Carolina football. You can join him on the all-new early game, 107.5 The Game, each and every day, weekday mornings. And before we leave you here, Will, it's outside the SEC, but Clemson, I believe, has the best resume in college football right now. I rank the teams based on resume, not how good I think they are. So I would probably still give Alabama the edge overall because the defense is just so rock solid. But I guess you could say the same for Clemson. And now Kelly Bryant steps out and shows us that first big game situation against Auburn, the Dabo was going to protect him, say, okay, I think my defense is good enough, and they were with 11 sacks on Jarrett Stidham to win the game, and I don't want Bryant messing this up. But he obviously saw enough from practice, enough from Kelly Bryant's development and preparation for Louisville, and he may have seen enough on Louisville's defense on tape to say, I can cut this kid loose. And Bryant made the plays. He was extremely impressive. What are you hearing down there about Clemson, and do you think they're number one?
No, I don't. I think Clemson right now is in a group of about 6 teams that you would certainly look at as a college football playoff team. You know, at this point, we're still learning about everybody. Auburn has struggled mightily last week, 24 points. Although they put up 1,000,000 yards, they just turned it over every chance they had against Mercer. Louisville, going into last week's game, I wasn't impressed with Louisville. We know about Lamar Jackson, but Louisville's not the same team they were in 2016. If you could kind of see that against Purdue, you could kind of see that against North Carolina. I was probably surprised with Kelly Bryant's performance, not so much with what Clemson's defense was able to do with Lamar Jackson. They get Boston College this week. Look, Clemson's really good. I'm not trying to downplay what they've done. They are probably a college football playoff team, and they have just as much argument as, say, Oklahoma or Southern Cal as some of these teams, Oklahoma State maybe, to that number 2 spot behind Alabama. So with that being said, let's see a little bit more from them, and I want to see a little bit more of some other teams. I mentioned Oklahoma. Conceivably, they have the best win in the country right now, depending on how you rank or how you rate Ohio State. And then they're not really being tested. They go to Baylor this weekend. They're a 28-point favorite, and they're going to roll over Baylor. So Clemson goes to Virginia Tech next weekend. Night game up in Blacksburg should be entertaining. Justin Fuente's doing a good job with the Hokies, but I expect Clemson to win that. But, right now, the way the ACC looks, it's hard to envision Clemson not winning, rolling to another ACC championship, and finding themselves right back in the college football playoff.
Yeah, we thought Florida State would be the game. And, of course, they're still loaded with talent and have one of the best defenses in the country. So I'm not saying that they're not going to offer resistance. But with that game being at Clemson with a new quarterback in play, I was thinking, man, Clemson's going to rely on the run game and the defense especially for these first several weeks, get Kelly Bryant prepared for a big stage against Florida State. But things change with Francois and things change with Kelly Bryant, showing us something against Louisville last week. But you say that, as you mentioned there, Will, with the Cardinals squeaking by Purdue, that was a game with 2 or 3 minutes left to play, still hanging in the balance. And against North Carolina, they didn't dominate that game. They pulled away very late in the game of a 1-score game against the Tar Heels. So we'll see how good they are. We'll see how good everybody is once the schedule plays out.